Hello everyone, and welcome back to Void War Studios. I have been really remiss lately at catching up on all the GW news, so I thought I'd just do one episode that catches us up from the 29th of March till present times. Starting off with the new Adeptus Sororitas model. The Dogmata, I'm guessing. Dogmata? Good Dogmata. Either way, that is one really intense looking stare this Sister of Battle is giving. That's for damn sure. Yeah, even GW know how to joke about it. So, essentially, this is the Sister of Battle equivalent of a chaplain, which makes sense. It's funny, there are certain aspects to the Sisters of Battle that I'm more than happy for them to expand on with new units, because Sisters of Battle have had a very lackluster history when it's come to new units, and honestly, this makes sense. Having a sister who basically runs around clubbing her own sisters on the head if they don't match up to their own standards. And these are the individuals who hold the power to condemn sisters to become repentia. So that makes sense in the grand structure. Oof. Yeah, these things are an unpleasant fate at the best of times. And they have a helmeted option. That's always nice. Oh, and she comes with torture implements. Because nothing says chaplain like, breaking your fingers if you're not prepared to follow the God Emperor. Or maybe that's what she does to heretics, who knows. But I can't complain here. This is actually a pretty decent model, and we already know about the Mortifer. That's a thing that's been out for a while. The Sister of Battle ranged equivalent, essentially, because you've got the other version. What are they called? Oh, damn, I can't remember what the... Mortifactor? I think? Something like that? I can't remember now. But basically you've got the shooty version with the heavy bolters, and you have the close combat variant with the heavy flamers. Both have got their uses for sure. So yeah, I think this is actually a pretty decent model. This one actually suits the Sisters of Battle really, really well, and I look forward to seeing this in GW stores. Now, onto a bit of news that actually got me really excited, because Witch Hunters! That is one dapper-looking gentleman, I have to say. I love this model, and I don't know why, but I love the fact that it's a father-daughter duo. There's something about that I find really endearing. And Witch Hunters have always been awesome in Warhammer Fantasy, and it's nice to see they're coming back for Age of Sigmar. This gentleman is known as Galen Van Durst, and he has a trusty rune-etched broadsword on his back, a holy pistol, and it looks like he's got some stakes and some daggers for your vampiric needs. And of course he's got a purity seal for Sigmar, because why not? Everyone loves purity seals. And his daughter, Dolera von Denst, has a trusty crossbow. A really big one, actually. But looks like it fires stakes as well as actual crossbow bolts, so that's interesting. Or that's just an interpretation of the model. But no, I really love both of these. Frankly, the only thing he's missing is a fantastically big Witch Hunter hat, and then he'd be perfect. I wonder if this is going to be a new unit for Age of Sigmar, or perhaps even a new army, you know? Witch Hunters? That could be quite a cool little army, with fanatics and Witch Hunters, and I don't know what else you'd have, I suppose. You could have some great swords, some Knights Templari type troops. That could be pretty cool. That would be... Oh, she comes with a hat. She comes with a Witch Hunter hat. That makes me so happy. In so many ways, that makes me so happy. Oh, and you can actually switch out how he wields his weapons. You can have the pistol in the other hand. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's a nice little option. So yeah, I'm curious. So it looks like They will become a City of Sigmar based unit, but GW have not yet announced when this will happen. Maybe we have a Witch Hunter army in our future. But I dig this. He looks absolutely fantastic. I can't say anything bad about this model. And following on from that, we have some more 40k. With the Sister of Battle. What are you now? You are... Hang on, where does it say where she is? Celestian Sacrosanct. Because Celestians, I was under the impression from what I'd read that they were kind of your officer class. So to have a bodyguard of Celestian does make sense. Also, I love this halberd. I love this halberd. This is just all kinds of pretty. And to have a bodyguard unit that predominantly protects leaders and temples, this makes perfect sense to me. And I can see there's a cheeky bolter poking its way from behind that shield. I'm going to assume it's a combat shield? Maybe some kind of storm shield? Although it's a little small. Combat shield for sure. Maybe storm shield. Who knows? But that halberd is going to be very handy because one of the biggest problems sisters have always had in the past is having high strength weapons. Sisters don't tend to have access to power fists, and really they've only ever had power swords and power mauls, which, whilst okay, you could do with a bit more strength and a bit more AP. This could be the answer to that. That could be very interesting. And there's a little rule update for your Palatine that comes with the Piety and Pain box for the Dark Eldar and Sister fan. She's a very cheap unit. 4 wounds. Not bad stats, though. I can't really argue about her stat line. No close combat weapon from what I can see, but, you know, nothing wrong with that. She's like a Primaris Lieutenant, or she's like a Space Marine Lieutenant. She's there to bolster you in a cheaper capacity. But I like the model. The model is very, very pretty. I'm a fan of that. At some point I do want to collect Sisters of Battle. So having a group of these guards around my Celestian, leading the charge, the Canoness, sorry, having these guys, ladies and gentlemen, I of course mean ladies around the Canoness would make more sense. Well, I suppose Sisters of Battle could have priests. They did used to, anyway. They had male priests. One of their big named characters was a chaplain with a shotgun, of all things. And this one's interesting.
The truth is clear. That which we cannot kill, we must redirect.
Now, that was Marathi. Interesting. So, it looks like Marathi is going to try and get the lizard men to, I don't know, not be on her side. Marathi's really on her own side, but she's going to get them to try and redirect their energies, perhaps. Maybe fight Chaos Demons? I mean, they're already fighting Chaos Demons, but... Anyway, that aside, this is a very, very pretty model. A very pretty update for Lord Croak. And blooming hell does he look good for a guy who, well, considering the last time we saw him in the end times, he was a burnt-out husk and, well, dead in almost every conceivable meaning of the word. And considering his old model, which looks like this, which I'm personally still very, very fond of, that's the Lord Croak I know. But, yeah, blooming hell, what moisturiser is the guy using? How is he looking so much better than he ever did? it's still pretty cool. I prefer him with the death mask, if I'm honest, because seeing him with so much flesh to me is very weird. But I love that they've kept a lot of the elements from the old model, like the placin and the death mask and the horns. But yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting model. I dig it. I like it. I don't think it's a bad update to Croak. I just look at old Croak and I'm like, what the hell did... Like, even his skink friend is looking a billion times better than he used to. Jesus. What are they... What happened to Lord Croak to make him look so good? I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing this, because this is clearly saying that we're going to get a new battle tome, or at the very least he's going to be involved in the Broken Realms somehow, because Morathi's the one who's been talking to Lord Croak, and, well, Lord Croak's a pretty intelligent guy, well, frog creature, so I don't know how much of this is going to be manipulation, and how much of this is going to be Lord Croak actually decides that something needs to be killed, and it just so happens to be in line with Morathi Kane's wishes. So, the Seraphon have always been a bit of a mysterious faction. Let's have a quick read here. So the new details. The broken rings surrounding the entire model allow it to appear to hover without a clear stand, and to recall the crowning detail of the Realm Shaper engine. Yeah, I do like that. I actually do really like the fact that he does hover a lot more. I mean, the old model... Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a clear, see-through stand. But, no, I like how they've done that with this one. I mean, good grief, that's going to be one hell of a centerpiece for your Seraphon army. Or for your lizard men, if you decide to take this model back to the old world. Maybe when Croak was younger, perhaps. And on to 40k again. This time we travel to the city of, well, Hive world of Necromunda, where fire is your friend if you're part of House Crowder. Or Cowder. House Cowder? Cowdor? Cowdor, maybe. Because it looks like we got some new crazy redemptionists. With their, Oh, that's... That's all kinds of lovely. The man's head is on fire. He's wearing a brazier on top of his head. That's amazing. House Cowder are a faithful, fanatical, crazy bunch of zealots who, yeah, everything's on fire. If you have the option to carry a flamethrower, you carry for... Look at this guy! This is the kind of insanity I expect to see from Warhammer Fantasy fanatics. Amazing. I love it. But yeah, these are your completely batshit insane fanatics. The fire pike is a unique weapon to them, which looks all kinds of nasty. And that artwork, that chainsword flamethrower, it's just beautiful. That's just beautiful. How in the hell his head is not a melting pile of flesh and brain matter is beyond me, but... I mean, yeah. What I think I find fun about this is that with a little tweaking, these could quite easily become Chaos Cultists. Let's be honest here. Quite easily these look like Chaos Cultists. Oh, I love that chainsword. That flamethrower chainsword is... You know, it's not bad enough that this guy's hacking into you with a chainsaw, an oversized chainsaw, but he's going to burn you alive as it happens. And you've got a chain axe with your preacher, and... Oi! That's a shotgun flamethrower. Oh my god. That's all kinds of ridiculously awesome. Yeah, I'm happy with them. Part of me wonders if I should have these as my Black Templar allied forces. You know, have an Imperial Guard army that's basically made of fanatical zealots. Because, you know, nothing screams scary as all hell as flamethrowers and massive chainswords. That could be quite fun. And finally, we're up to date. This time we talk about Bellacor. the original Demon Prince, who has quite a buff upgrade from his old model. Which again, I didn't see anything wrong with the old model. The old model was still pretty cool, but this... oh boy, I pity anyone trying to transport this model around, because those chains on those wings, that's going to snap all over the place. It's going to be an evil thing to transport. But I like this. I really, really like this. Bellacor is kind of he's an important character in the sense that he's the first Demon Prince, and he's the Demon Prince of Chaos Undivided, which is a strange concept, because a Demon Prince is essentially the manifestation of a Chaos God. So I don't really know how he works now in modern 40k or fantasy, because Chaos doesn't have a united Chaos God, quote unquote. There was a Chaos God called Malal, who I'm sure I'll talk about at some point, who basically was the Chaos God of, well, actual Chaos, and Bellacor was his servant. But that changed, and now Bellacor's in this really weird place where he kind of serves all the Chaos Gods. I don't fully understand how that works. I'm hoping one of my lovely subscribers will let me know in the comments down below. But regardless, he's always had his own plans, and he looks quite the beast. I don't know what's happened to make him so supercharged, but yeah, he's looking pretty awesome. And the base option for either a Space Marine or a Chaos Warrior seems equally lovely. And it looks like there's a lot of options. A lot of options if you so choose. And that sword is very pretty. Chaos Warp Fire sword type thing. Nice. So we are now all caught up to date. I hope you've enjoyed this little update of all the interesting new fun models coming out of GW. If you fancy seeing some more, please put a like and subscribe down below to keep up to date with all the upcoming content. If you've got some coin to spare, please chuck it towards my Patreon page. It is extremely welcome, I'm not going to lie, and it will allow me to be able to do bigger and better projects in the future. That's what I'm saving for anyway. Until next time, take care everyone.